Afternoon, Internet. Welcome to Hump Day. It's Wednesday afternoon. Today we're going to do a video on making homemade deodorant. I got the recipe off of Mummypotamus website. You might be wondering why we're going to make our own deodorant when we could just drive across the street over here, probably 2 minutes away, and get some. But our family's making a choice to go to healthier things, whether it's deodorant, toothpaste, soap, eating our food. We kind of read labels. We have a vegetable garden. We raise our own chickens to eat, and turkeys. We have chickens for laying eggs. And we just basically trying to be better at health. So I guess deodorant might be a step in that direction, or just a wacky step in that direction. I don't know. But if you kind of research deodorant, they say there's like 5 to 7 bad things in deodorant. One of them is being parabens, which they're finding now a lot of that chemical in breast cancer. Aluminum. There's aluminum compounds in deodorant, and they say that is to block your cell pores so the sweat doesn't come out. And you really have to basically sweat to get rid of the toxins in your body. Another one is propylene glycol, and that chemical actually helps your skin absorb the parabens and the aluminum compounds better. So the health group on this side, you know, they say they're bad stuff in deodorant, and the corporation scientists on this side say no, all that stuff is okay for you. But they are starting to see in cancers these chemicals showing up more. So, you know, we've taken the choice. We live in a country of choice, so we've taken a choice to go to a healthier lifestyle. And I guess, like I said, deodorant's the next step. So we're going to go on from here. Okay, so the recipe, like I said, was from Mummypotamus. I'll put a link down below to get to her health site. I've been on there, I've looked. She has a really good health site. It is actually mummypotamus.com. She talks about meals, home health, do it yourself. There's recipes for cooking good for yourself, for deodorants and things like that. If you have time, check her out. It's a pretty good site. But so the recipe I'm using for my deodorant is going to have on the top you see the beeswax. We raise our own honeybees here, collect our own honey. So I took some of the cappings from last time we pulled honey out, and I melted it down, and we use it for things around the house. So there's 2 tablespoons of a grated beeswax, or like ½ an ounce by weight, and there's some shea butter in here. Organic shea butter, it's 1 ounce of that, and 2 tablespoons of cocoa butter, or it comes up to like 0.4 of an ounce of weight in here. In this little bowl here, we have what we want to call magnesium chloride powder, which is actually flakes. I got it in from the local health store. It's like an Epsom salt for your baths. It's I put it in one of my grinders, and I ground it down to a powder form. It's on the bottom. And on the top they wanted kaolin clay powder. We don't have any in town, so I use just a white clay. And for the drops in here, I've got tea tree oil. I'm going to put 20 drops of tea tree oil, and basically that's just an antibacterial oil, essential oil, which will help from you not smelling so bad. And then I got an orange sweet essential oil. I'm going to put about 16 drops of that in there, just to give you a bit of a better scent, like a perfumey scent, instead of the stuff that they give you in your standard deodorant. And once this is done, I've ordered a couple more deodorant holders from Voyager Soaps in British Columbia, Vancouver. I'll put a link to that. And I'm going to make 2 more when they show up. And Linda has a friend that sells essential oils, and she's just a button of a girl. And she gave me a couple of demos of cedar wood scent. So I'm going to do one of cedar wood, so when you're in the bush hunting, you smell like cedar. And the other one is of Douglas fir. And if you've ever been in the bush and you come across the small Douglas fir's Christmas trees, that's what the scent will be. Another one will be out in the bush. I know it kind of sounds hippie-ish, but it'll actually have its control for me what I want to do when I'm in the bush. So I'm going to go over and start on the recipe, so I will see you over at the stove. So here we are at the stove. And what I got is my measuring cup with my first 3 ingredients in it. And it's kind of a double boiler I got set up. It won't take a whole lot of heat to melt this down. So once we get this melted down, I'll add the dry ingredients and then stir it. And as it gets closer to thickening, I will add my oils. I don't want to do it too quick because I don't want it to separate. And then I'll stir it some more as it thickens a bit more. Then when I get to a certain consistency that I'm guessing I want it at, kind of like maybe a mud kind of consistency, I'm going to pour it into my deodorant dispenser. So it's just been over a minute. You can see the shea butter and the cocoa butter have started to melt. So just a couple more minutes and hopefully the honey will be done, beeswax will be done, and then we'll go from there. So there we are, we're 5 minutes in. Now the shea butter and the cocoa butter are melted right up. The beeswax is coming down. Probably if I had grated it finer, it would be melted by now. But we're getting close. So 7 minutes in. The beeswax is all melted now. It's all done. And add my powdered. So we've taken it off the stove. Now you stir it down until it starts to thicken. And I'm not sure how long this is going to take because we need it to cool down to the point where it thickens and we can put it in our deodorant dispenser. As you can see, it's starting to thicken up now. A little bit better. I start adding some drops. There's 10 drops first of the tea tree oil, just to get it to blend in. Do 10 more. So there's the 20 drops of my tea tree oil. Now for my 10 to 16 drops of orange sweet. Now to pour it in. So there it is. It's done. It's had about an hour and a half, so it hardened up a bit. It's got a tea tree smell, not very much of the orange, sweet orange I put in it. So maybe next time I'll have to add more than the drops that I put in. But it's got the shape. Kind of a odd color. But tomorrow I guess I'll tell on in a couple days I'll give a little update on homemade deodorant. If you like the video and want to subscribe, the link right up over there, or maybe down over there. I'm not sure which angle it is, but click the subscribe button and come along for the ride because there'll be more kooky things going on. Later.